We are learning to use a double bubble map to compare and contrast two legends. So today I'm going to show you how to use this double bubble map to compare and contrast two legends. So the legends I'm going to be comparing and contrasting is Rona and the Moon and How Maui Slowed the Sun. And I have read both of these legends so I know what happens in each of them. So first of all, I'm going to be thinking about the things that happened in the story Rona and the Moon. So here I'm going to put the things that happened just in this story that didn't happen in my other legend, How Maui Slowed the Sun. So in Rona and the Moon, there is a wife, a husband, and two sons. And the story involves the moon. In Rona and the moon is more powerful than the people. And the legend teaches us a lesson about anger. Now I'm going to think about the things that just happened in How Maui Slowed the Sun and that are different from what happened in Rona and the Moon, and I'm going to record those ideas here. So in the story of How Maui Slowed the Sun, there was Maui and 4 brothers, and that's different than the characters that were in Rona and the Moon. And in How Maui Slowed the Sun, the sun was one of the characters, as opposed to Rona and the Moon, where the moon was one of the characters. In the story of How Maui Slowed the Sun, the people were more powerful than the sun, as opposed to Rona and the Moon, where the moon was more powerful than Rona. And in the story of Maui and the sun, it explains how a natural event occurs. So it tells us how the days got as long as they did. Whereas in Rona and the Moon, it teaches us a lesson about an emotion. So now what I need to do is think of the things that are similar between both of the stories. So one similarity between both the stories is they're both legends. They're both made up stories that have been passed down from generation to generation. Another similarity between both of the stories is they both have examples of personification. Personification is a big word that means that we give human abilities, human characteristics to things that aren't human. So for example, the moon in Rona and the Moon, it's given eyes and a nose and a mouth and arms, and it can lift Rona up. So it's like it's a living thing. And in How Maui Slowed the Sun is given human characteristics. So the sun is hurt, the sun begs them to stop. So it's like the sun is a living thing. And that's called personification. Another similarity is that both the stories teach us something. So Rona and the Moon teaches us about why you shouldn't get angry, and How Maui Slows the Sun teaches us about why the sun moves slowly across the sky. And a last similarity between the two legends is that they both involve nature. So Rona and the Moon talks about how the moon pulls up Rona, and How Maui Slowed the Sun is about the sun. So it's elements of things that are in our natural world. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fill in your own double bubble map where you compare Rona and the Moon with another legend, thinking of the things that were just in Rona and the Moon, thinking of the things that were just in your other legend, and then the things that are similar between the two legends. And you're going to use this plan to guide your writing.